Yes, it is. You can sound on go on me. Oh, you're absolutely fine. Yes, actually, hold on. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. All right, today we're going to talk about Social Bay. I'm going to be sitting down a lot and going through this so I can walk through it. Social Bay is a social media marketing platform that is free to you with Seacoast, and it has a lot of really robust tools. To get to it, to be able to start working in Social Bay, you simply go to Seacoast Tools. And if you scroll down, you'll see where it says Social Bay. Now, you don't just click on Social Bay because Social Bay actually lives underneath Seacoast CRM, which is our database management system called Client Bay. So just simply click on Client Bay and it will open up for you. Now, between Client Bay, Social Bay, your Seacoast website, they are all linked together. So everything you do in your website, leads and all that, they will go into this CRM. Everything you do for posting on your social media, your Social Bay, if you get any leads there, it'll go into Client Bay. So it all works together seamlessly. Does that make sense? So once we're in Client Bay, you simply click on the drop down over here and click on Social Bay, and it will take you straight into your dashboard. And this is what your dashboard will basically look like. I'm going to move this over here just because. So when you first come in, I'm going to go through real quick how to set up, like just to connect your social media platforms. I'll show you how to set up to do automatic posting. And then we'll get into doing like posting for your listings and other landing pages, things like that. There's a ton of features on here. And I'm telling you, I've been playing with it a lot and it's really, really cool. Yeah. So the first thing you're going to do, if you've logged in here for the first time, you're either going to click on the settings button or you'll click on your picture in the top right. If your picture isn't right up here and you want to change it, simply go back to Client Bay and you can go into settings there to adjust your photo and your profile. When you click on your picture here, just simply go down to View Profile and it'll pop open the screen. Now, if you notice below, it shows all the different social media platforms. Let me connect to the internet real quick. It'll show all the different social media platforms that you're connected to. Everybody still online? I had to pop real quick. It should be. All right, so let's view profile. And first thing it's going to do, you have a menu bar across the top. When you look at your profile, just scroll down, make sure all this is right. You're probably not going to have to do a whole lot with your logo, that kind of thing, branding. I would say come down and make sure things like your bio is in here. And it tells you right beside where these things are going to show up at. Like your display phone number. If you have a bio, put it here. Your bio is going to show up on single property websites. So when you have a listing, you also get a specific website or a single property website for that property. So it's really cool for a seller because you get independent marketing for that seller and they love seeing that. This is your email signature. You're probably not going to change a lot of this stuff. That's really the only thing you want to do on that page. If we go over to content, this is where you're going to connect to all your social media platforms. You'll see where it says connected. Now you have to have business page for Facebook and Instagram. You have to have a business page in order to connect to those. So if you don't have a business page, set those up first. And then you can connect to whatever other social media platforms you want to post to. This section here for localizing your content. There are ways that you can start getting company listings to market on your website and also on your social media. Well, your website's going to get it automatically. That takes the IDX feed from the MLS. But this localize your content will help if new listings come on and you have permission from the listing agent for it to post to your website. We'll talk about that in a minute. Make sure your time zone is correct. So when it's posting on your page, on your social media platforms, it posts for the right time zone. You want to make sure you turn this on. This is company created content. And I'm going to show you what that is in a minute. But basically, it's all the posts that Coldwell Banker, or actually Seacoast, creates that's going to go on your page. So if you want it to automatically post content for you, make sure you turn this on. Always going to make sure you turn that on. We'll talk about frequencies and things like that in just a minute. Now, you're like, well, Al, they're going to post the same thing to everybody's Facebook page. First of all, who cares? Second of all, they're not. If you come in, because you can simply go through here and select all these different types of things that you want to post about. So you can customize it to things that are more towards your style. Does that make sense? So then as it posts, it's posting towards for you and things that you like. And it'll tell you if you have too many things and that kind of thing. Normally, all these are going to be selected when you first get in. I went through and just adjusted some things, but yep, but go in and change that. This is where you're going to turn on how often you want it to schedule your content for social media profiles. Just select every other day and hit Save Changes. So what it means by every other day is it's not going to flood your social media with content, right? It'll post something to Facebook Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and maybe something to your other platforms Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? And it'll rotate your platforms on when it goes. I'm going to leave mine off. I would suggest that you make sure your content signature here is also correct. When you post on different types of media, it's going to have your information on the post, your profile, your phone number, that kind of thing. But there are some that are just pictures that doesn't have it. So you'll want your information to be in the post itself. And I'll show you samples of that in a minute, but make sure that your content signature is correct. Does that make sense? It'll make more sense once we get a little bit further into it. If you click on listings, this talks about how you can customize the posts. And what I mean by customize them is if you have a new listing, right? It's automatically to post a new listing for you. And these are the samples over here. If you don't like the text that it's going to post, just simply click customize and change the text. So this isn't just this is a George Foreman set it and forget it. You know, I always say that. One of those things you just kind of like set it and it does its thing. It absolutely is, but it also has a capability for you to customize it to you and words that you use or how you want to talk. Make sense? If you have a property that has a reduced price, sold listing, it's going to market all those for you. And then if you're doing any marketing for company listings, which I'll talk more about a little bit later, this is where you would put in information about how you want it to look as far as a new listing for company listings and that kind of thing. This is what your listing post is going to look like. So if you don't like how this looks as far as your design, just simply hit change. And there are a ton of different templates that you can use. You see how it fades out here, right? This one, it doesn't. That one, it has your photo. This one, it doesn't. Does that make sense? So again, you can leave it as is, generic, turn it on and walk away, or you could come in and customize it to your taste and your style. So it means every new listing you get that's going to be that goes on the market, it'll feed into here, and then it's going to post to your website or to your social media automatically. You don't have to do anything. And it's going to have whatever branding here that you decide to put on it. I'll show you some samples of that in a minute as well. Once you're done, if you ever get in one of these screens in Social Bay and you're not sure how to get out, just this X right up here will take you right back to where you were. It just kind of closes that section to where you can come right back to this section. Make sense? It has full customizing of changing the backgrounds. Listing videos, it can randomize the templates, meaning it's going to randomize the photos so it doesn't always look the same thing. And you can also update the audio track because it'll do a virtual tour for you. Does anybody remember the old virtual tour systems where it would actually stitch your photos together and have background music and play like a virtual walkthrough? This does that. We used to use Circle Pix for Seacoast. Seacoast used to have that, right? They're actually getting rid of that as of January because this takes over all what Social Pix used to do. So it's not really needed anymore because this does that and so much more. Make sense? And I'll show you how to do the videos in just a little bit. If you want your listings to be available for company-wide promotion, you can turn this on, meaning all your listings, if you want, don't care if anybody in Seacoast, that doesn't just mean Jacksonville, Henderson, whatever, right? It could be someone in Charlotte that was for Seacoast that's allowed to promote it because you have access to all that, and I'll show that to you in a minute. If you don't want it, then you just simply turn off. If you're okay with it, hit it to turn on, okay? I'll show you how to actually hit individual listings in a minute, but at least you can see that. Make sense? If any of y'all online have questions, please make sure you just raise your hand type thing or speak up so I can make sure I get you. So different platforms will allow you to, whenever you do marketing, it's going to allow people to request private showings. If you don't market in some of these platforms, just uncheck them. Like you probably don't, if you don't market on Google Duo, if you don't want to do a Skype virtual tour, I'm sorry, these are virtual tour platforms. So if you don't do FaceTime, uncheck it. If you don't do Google Duo or Skype or Zoom, or if you don't do FaceTime on WhatsApp, then don't do it. Uncheck these, right? I'll do FaceTime, I'll do Zoom, I'll do Facebook Messenger. I don't want someone to try to do a virtual tour with WhatsApp or Skype or Google Duo. I don't use those. Does that make sense? So just uncheck the ones that you don't normally use. Listing automation. There's two ways for listing automation. One, this is where you're going to turn on for you to have automatically post your listings. So as soon as a new listing goes on the market, if this is on, it's going to go ahead and post that for you. Yep. This bottom section for auto advertise. Anytime you see auto advertise or the word advertise, that means you are paying. Okay, because there is an option here where you can pay to boost posts, just like you would on Facebook. The cool thing is there's a lot of analytics here. I haven't talked about it yet. I'll get to that. That'll show you like how many people you're reaching. It'll really show you, and it's all in one place. So you don't have to worry about, a lot of times when you do Facebook boost, you have to go to a separate platform to kind of see what kind of reach you're getting, meaning how many people you're looking at, how many people are engaging. You don't have to worry about that here. Okay. Yep, absolutely. Nope, this is it. This is really, really cool. But you don't want to do auto advertising unless you plan on paying. I'd suggest you don't pay because you can actually do a lot in here without paying. It's just if you're looking to boost like if you want a listing that you want to add a little bit something, or do a little bit of boost for a weekend, maybe an open house. But if you give it to our Kathy Alexandra by lunchtime on Wednesday, she does it for you. So I don't know why you would pay for it. You know what I mean? There's other things that you can do to pay for, meaning like a listing, if you're trying to promote and push for how much your home is worth. There are landing pages for that you can pay for those. But just to automatically market, you need to be careful because it'll just run away with it. Okay? Yes. You're not going to have automated marketing. Auto advertising should be off. Auto post should be on. If you go to company listings, this is where you can turn on for it to auto post company listings on your behalf. So remember earlier when I showed you where you said it was okay to post company listings, right? So if there's a day in the auto post that Seacoast is posting for you on social media, if you have this turned on, then whenever it comes time to post a property, if you have no listings, it's going to go to a company listing that has checked yes, that it's okay for everybody to market. Does that make sense? And it'll post that on your page. Again, anytime you advertise is to boost. We don't want to worry about boosting. Ads as simply as that. This is what it says is if you're going to pay for ads and how you want to, what kind of ads you want. We're not going to get into that because I really don't think you need to pay for anything. You're probably going to leave notifications alone. Notifications is just letting you know when different things are going on with your postings. Make sense? And then billing is obviously where you put your information in if you're doing any ads. So this is all just basic setup. You got into your system. You have your social media content set. We've set up how to do auto posting, right? Everybody tracking? All you did was turn on auto posting, right? You've selected your criteria as far as the different types of things you want to post. Now that's it. You're done. You don't have to do anything else in the system. It's going to do it all for you. Pretty cool, huh? So let's take a little bit further. Sometimes you want to see what's going on, right? I'm going to change to where I'm acting as somebody else in the office because they have content and I do not. Yep, T, when you watch this, I am going to be acting as you on Social Bay. So when T logs in, this is what he sees, right? Impressions, reach, engagement, and we'll talk about each one of these. Real quick, because I'm going to show you other ways you can see this. Impressions, that's how many times it's just flashed in front of somebody. Okay? Reach, that's how many people it flashed in front of. Right? Engagement, those are people that have liked it, shared it, done something to it. They've touched it. Okay? And then time saved, by them automating it, how much time did it save from you getting the post, going to Facebook, putting it on Facebook, and being, see what I'm saying? So from by the time, and they're saying it's about 28.1 hours. If you want to see how, just click that and we'll show you how to do it. Over here, if you have questions about anything in the Social Bay, they have a lot of helpful videos right here that'll walk you through anything that you need to do in Social Bay. Very, very helpful. Okay.
As far as the automated company listings, are we going to get like reprimanded by an agent if they didn't want us to do it and it automatically did it?
If they have it set to automatically do, there's nothing. If you're doing individual posts, I'll get to that. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. This, where you see my upcoming content, this is what's coming up that's getting ready to post on T's different social media platforms. So you can see all the different things right here. It's coming up. If you, this is the auto post. This is remember we set up auto? He's got auto set up. So this just tells you what the content that he has set up getting ready to come up. No, and this is, remember, this is different platforms. It's not telling you what platform, but it's posting something every day. But like this is probably Facebook on the 7th and the 9th. And this could be Twitter or some other platform. You see what I'm saying? Or Instagram. So there's something going out every day, but it's not going to the same platform every day. Pretty cool, huh? What's what?
It's like cheating.
Yeah, it is. It's a George Foreman. And I'm glad you pointed out the times because it looks like he did it because it's not on the zero, the hour, right? The top of the hour, the bottom of the hour. It makes it more true content, right? Pretty cool, huh? Thank you for pointing that out, Joshua. Are y'all online? Are y'all tracking? Are y'all good? Nope, never done one.
Since like the hub of the post came from Social Bay into Facebook, can I still go back to Facebook if I want to boost one random one?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's your page. You can still go to it and boost it. Absolutely. Yep. The cool thing about doing it from here, though, is that you're going to see the engagements and the impressions because that's where it originated from. If you do it from Facebook, you have to go into Facebook's algorithms to see how it's performing, where here it's in one stop. And there's a whole analytics page in here that'll show you exactly how it's working. Okay? So this content calendar here is also on the left where it says content calendar. If you click that, that actually brings up a whole monthly calendar. of what's being posted.
It should clear.
No. It doesn't show you what platform. If you hit preview post, like, remember the signature we talked about? See, this doesn't have a signature. There's his contact info. It's at the end, but now he can edit. If you don't like that, you can edit it. Click edit post. It's going to pop it open to where you can go and change whatever you want to change.
I put Tupac in there then.
If you want to. Yeah. Yeah. But you can go in and edit these and you can see what they are just by the icon. Like these are videos. You see the little play. That's an image, right? These homes are houses. These are property listings. Pretty cool, huh? And it's all doing it for you. You don't, again, you don't. Now there's content you can add. I'm going to show you how to do that, but it's doing it for you. Pretty cool. And then again, you can go in and edit each day if you like. If you're that particular about making sure that the content is how you want it to be worded, or just let it go. So if y'all having problems doing marketing on Facebook or posting on Facebook or any type of social media, this is your solution, right? Create a business page and let it roll. Set it up and let it go. People are going to think, holy crap, you have a hell of a presence online. Yep. Man, that was cool what you posted the other day. Thanks. I don't know what it was, but thanks. Yeah, then you got to go back. So I would suggest you look at them before you do anything. Any questions about this? This is your little legend here, whether it was a listing, a link, a video, a photo. I'm going to show you how to do landing pages here in just a second, like property valuations, things like that. Yes.
Oh, ours is way better.
Oh, who was that?
So if I have a listing, it'll post that day.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
If I have a new listing, like, can I put it, it'll post that day or like next day?
Next day. You got to give it 24 hours for it to pop up. I mean, the feeds and that kind of thing. But regardless, it's going to post within a day or so, and it's going to pop up on your feeds.
Right. If something else scheduled to post, will they both post?
Yes. Nope. They'll both post. Absolutely. Nice. So, any questions on setting up Social Bay to market for you, right? Or seeing the calendar and how to edit the calendar? Pretty basic stuff, right? Pretty good? It's not as hard as y'all thought it was, is it? Roberta, you good? Did you get it set up? Okay. So now let's talk a little bit about listings, and then we'll go into the actual landing pages, and then we'll wrap it all up with analytics, okay? So listings, if we click on the left side on listings, it's going to show at the top, it pulls up your listings, and then it pulls up, you'll see where's a tab for company listings. Remember we talked about set up auto advertising? What does that mean? It means you're paying, right? If you want to pay, that's fine. You can set criteria for that. That's up to you. Now, these are T's different listings. You see the little checkbox here that says available for company-wide promotion. If he doesn't want people to market his property, he would just simply uncheck that. And that means it's not going to show up for you to be able to market. It's not going to automatically post for you. Okay? That's right. That's right. We'll get to that. No, we'll get to that. Hold that for a minute, okay? Yeah, we'll get there. Yours, I know yours probably looks a little different on company. It is a little bit different. Yeah, you're on my listings right now. We'll get the company. So if you're on company, come back to my listings. So when you're here at your listing, there is so much you can do with your listing. And I'm going to come down to this one because he's done some marketing with it. First of all, if you see this where it says branded and done, right? Branded done, branded done. All that means is he created the video. Remember we talked about the virtual walkthrough? All you have to do is right below it where it has create video. If you click on it, it's going to pop open. Or actually, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to actually do it. Sorry. Now, if you want to preview it, we'll click here. And this is a Automatically does it for you. We stopped it before it finished. Some other cool things. Let me go back to the one that was unlocked, which was this one. He can go ahead and schedule for another post. Maybe you did like you're gonna do, you switched to photos and you wanted to post on Facebook tomorrow, or you just want it to post more frequently. If you come up to schedule listing post, it's gonna pop open a window. You can change the text. You can change the pictures that starts. You can also change the template. Maybe you want to spin it up a little bit and change it differently. All just right here, right? For sale, whatever you want to change. Yep, you can change the title. You can change the description. Once you're finished with that, you just click continue. And it's going to say, yep, let's advertise. No, we don't want to advertise. Because remember what's advertise mean? Money. So it's always going to have yes, just do don't. Because all we want to do is a single post. Here's the cool thing is we can schedule this. So we know it's going to do a just listed, right? But maybe we wanted to post every weekend, before on Friday every weekend to our social media, just to drive more traffic. Well, you could come in and you could set it up to go 11/7, whatever time you want it to go. Or if it's weekend, we'll do it Friday, whatever time you want it to go. These are the different platforms it's going to go to. Hit let's schedule. And then it pops up where? Where do you think you're going to be able to see that at?
Facebook, IG, and LinkedIn.
The content calendar. Remember? Until it posts, it's going to show on your content calendar, right? Makes sense? But when it does post, you were right, it's going to go to Facebook, Instagram, on LinkedIn tomorrow at 10 a.m. But until then, if I wanted to see it, I would simply go back to content calendar. I could go to that day and it's going to show there so I could edit it. And post to your business page. Yep, you have to link business accounts. Now I'm going to close that out. I don't want to post on behalf of T. So that's scheduling if you want to keep scheduling to have it keep posting and posting on your profile. If you have, let me come down to where there is a cancel. I'm going to have to use somebody else. Yep, let me go in as Megan real quick. Hold on just a second. I need to change.
Do you use LinkedIn Business?
Do I? Yes. Just because it's another social media platform for me to get out to. I don't use it now, but I used to, yes. I'm going to go in as Megan because I know she has done it. Hold on just a minute. Let me pull this up. Look at all the impressions that she's gotten. How much work she's done. So if I come over to her listings, so this property here, right, it's her listing, and I'm going to go here to listing report. Let me view it online. Remember we talk about what's the main, one of the main things that sellers are upset about with their agents? They don't get in touch with them, right? They don't stay in touch. Well, this is just another way to stay in touch with them is to send this listing report. And it's a really cool report. It has all the property information, photos. This is what it tells them. This is what your ad looked like whenever we marketed it. This is the reach that we had. Now here it'll have the social media images. There's a little bit of a problem right now with showing these images here. When it goes out, it'll show it, but that's what the pop-up was a minute ago. Remember we talked about reach and impressions, right? And engagement. 238 people interacted with that. That's pretty cool. She's got a ton of engagement on that. It's under contract, but then it shows the seller all the different things they've done. This is a great tool to send out to your sellers if they're wanting to know, hey, what are you doing to market my listing?
So that's in addition to the list tracker that shows.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. And this isn't something that you set up individually. I mean, to set up like a George Foreman where it'll go to them on a frequent basis, because it's intended to do it after you've marketed it. That's why earlier when I clicked on it, it said to unlock it, you have to post, right? So until it has it to where it's posted somewhere, it's not going to have any of those analytics. It's not going to be able to show the seller anything. So it has to have been posted. Yep. So it has to have been, and you can go ahead and post it somewhere, and then you'll be able to share the listing report, right? Because all it's intended to do is show the online activity or the online presence you've created by marketing their listings on your social media platforms. Does that make sense? I'm going to go back to working as T real quick. Just waiting for the computer. Feel like I should do Jeopardy music. Act as. Okay.
Can you do mass listings too?
To a certain degree, solds, because I have the one I just closed. That was my last listing as an agent. It still shows on my platform. I don't know how long they stay there though, to where you can post them. So if we go to this also, remember we talked about single property websites. This is where you can see that. So if you click on it, it's going to show you the actual website for this property. All about the information. That's pretty cool.
Did he add those designations?
Nope.
himself, or they pulled
Oh,
from-
yes. Yes, I'm sorry, he did. Yeah, he added his designations himself. Sorry, I got ahead of you. The cool thing is, like down here, when it has want to see more listings in the area, if I click on this, townhouses in Jacksonville, where do you think it's taking me? Nope, it's taking me to his website with the listings. See, it's got his name. So if somebody sees something here and they click on it and they put in their information, it's going to go to him. It doesn't come to the company, it goes to him, right? Pretty cool. All the marketing he's doing is going to him, which is what it should be. Some pretty cool stuff. Sorry. Yeah, it's got all sorts of stuff in there. So any questions on the property website, anything before I get into creating a flyer? Because this has a pretty cool, some of the graphics are basic, but they're cool. So if we go to this property and let's say we're doing an open house or we want to create a flyer for it, we just come to the property, hit create listing flyer, and it's going to pop up all these nice little templates. And if I hit a preview, it's going to show me what it would look like with that property. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. But you don't have to worry about doing any of it because it does it all. And maybe I don't like the square. Maybe I want it to be landscape. I mean, the flyer. Maybe I want it to be more of a landscape view. It's going to show me those. But there's a ton of, these are actually all other different templates instead of that property, which I'll come back to that in a minute. No, to get to it, Seacoast Tools, Client Bay, and at Client Bay up here, you hit the drop down and go to Social Bay. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it just comes up for you automatically to you be able to just listed. I know there was some open house in here. What's for sale? There are some open house. Here's an open house right here. Preview. If I hit select, it's going to take me to a design studio where I could change whatever I want to change. And then the cool thing is once I'm done, I can hit share to social or I can download it to print it. Pretty nifty, huh? I'm not going to save that until you'll get mad if I start creating stuff in his stuff. So, we'll get there. You're getting ahead. So this is, again, all about your listings. If these are checked, other people can market it. If they're not checked, they can't. But remember on setup, if you have that blanket that it says yes, let company use, all these are going to be checked, right? If you had don't use, all these are going to be unchecked. So it's up to you. Now let's talk a little bit about company listings. Everybody online, you good? Yep. No questions? Awesome. So when you go to company listings, you can filter it by different price points. Maybe you only want to market a price point. Maybe you want to just do open houses that we're having. Here is the all network group. If you notice, it has every office that we have and all their listings. So if you just want to focus, you want to look at listings that in our area, you want to look at marketing a listing that's in our area, you would do Jacksonville and Henderson and Jacksonville. And this is going to show you all the listings that we have that agents have said it's okay to post. Now, before you post anybody's listing, right, you see here it has the agent, John Olson or Brandon Arvin. Please, please, please just do another check and reach out and say, hey, is it okay if I market your listing here at Sundown Court? Just another check and balance, right? Like you said earlier, somebody asked earlier, is it okay to just, if they haven't checked, well, a lot of times it's already checked and they haven't gotten the system, right, to do anything. As a courtesy to the listing agent, please ask. Some teams are particular. They're marketing their own, and they're letting their agents market their own. They just don't want everybody marketing their stuff because they want to drive the leads to the team, right? Just as if it was your listing, you'd probably want to. But if there was, if you have a house that's been in the market for a while, you're probably going to have it opened up for everybody, right? Make sense? You would. Everybody runs business differently. So, and especially like if you want other agents to do an open house, if I was going to do an open house for Raquel on Sundown Court, I could simply come in here, go to actions, hit schedule a post. It takes me right to where I can go ahead and change the template to what I want it to be, right? Go through all of that and set up the time and date for it to post for me. You know, that's right, because it brands to you. Now, in the comments, remember down below, it has the comments as far as provided by this agent. It'll still have that in the post, right? But you are the predominant agent on it for the post. Make sense? You either probably don't have it checked to be yes, or it just hasn't updated yet. That's all. You can even do it if you didn't check like offices. If I didn't have this checked, I can simply do by zip code. Obviously, somebody I want to show, and this just tells me the newest. If I'm going to market, maybe I want to market the ones that have been in the market for the longest. Those agents are probably going to be more prone to letting me use their, you see what I'm saying? But it's up to you. It just gives you so many different options to be able to market other people's listings. But again, please reach out to the listing agent here, right? You don't know who they are, Google them, say, hey, can I market your listing? I would say that you're not going to market something in Bellhaven because you probably don't, or North Myrtle Beach because you don't practice there, you know? So try to keep it in the areas that you practice. Don't just throw content out on social media to throw content out on social media. Questions about any of this so far before we get into landing pages and to analytics? Everybody good? Anybody in line good? Yeah? Thumbs up? Whoop, whoop. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. All right. So we've gone through all these. Now we're going to go to landing pages. Landing pages has a ton of stuff in it. And the first thing we're going to look at is going to be your home value landing pages. There are a ton of different home value landing pages that you can use. Right? So select whichever one you want. You can obviously edit it later. And if you scroll down to the bottom, it tells you like my custom home evaluation pages. So maybe you like this one, but you want to customize it. You could just simply here, create copy, and then it's going to show up down here as your custom because you're going to edit it. Maybe you don't like the words in it, things like that. I'm going to tell you, don't worry so much about that, okay? If you really have time and you want to dive into those weeds, that's fine, but you don't need to, okay? So if I just wanted to post one of these, I could just simply go to action, share to social media, and it's going to pop up. Remember our post? For me to do my edits, how much your home's worth is what it's going to show there. I could change the background. Description, whatever I want. Include my content signature. Remember our signature we set up at the beginning, right? because I want it on there. I'm going to hit continue. I don't want to advertise, but this is where if you wanted to boost it, you could say, yes, let's advertise. I could do the boost for, remember we said if we're going to pay for anything, this would be something to pay for to get listings. Make sense? So I'm going to hit don't advertise, continue. When do I want to post it? I'm going to tell you that you probably need to do this like every week. Go ahead and set this up to go out every week. Okay? At least once a week. You'll figure out what days you're going to get higher traffic on, and I'll show you the analytics. But this is a great, great way for you to get business. And I would tell you to change it up. Do one platform, do one template, then use another template. And that's how you start tracking what's working and what's not, right? Once you figure out which one's working, then you're going to start using it more because it's working. Make sense? If you're just posting it and it's not working, then you need to change it. So that's one thing is your home values. If you are doing some sort of an event and you want to put up like a contact form, maybe you just want to post, are you looking to buy or sell a home? You could create your own new type of contact page to send out to folks. Again, I'm not going to get in the weeds of that, but you can see how fully customizable this is and how you can use it for so much stuff, right? This next one is really cool, which is your downloadable guides. They tell you what they are: the guide to selling your home, guide to the buying a home, importance of a buyer's agent. Tells you right across the bottom here of what they are. If you want to see what it is, click this, go to view live page. And it shows you, this is what it looks like. If you want to see the guide, put your information. See what it looks like when somebody signs up for it so that you understand how it works, right? All that's going to happen is when you put your information in, where does that go? Client Bay, right? It goes to your CRM. It goes right to you. It doesn't go anywhere else. So you're going to see that. And then you'll get to see, you could put in a bogus name and a bogus email and see what kind of notifications you get. So then you understand what it looks like. Make sense? Do what? Oh, yeah. And again, if I wanted to, like this guide to buying a home with a fireplace, maybe I want to edit it. I could go create copy. I could type the name. Well, I'm just going to go testing, save and continue. And it's going to pull that up for me. Remember our platform to go and edit everything, that whole when it changed windows and it got that full like Canva editor type thing. That's what it's going to take me into here in just a second. As soon as it finishes saving. Oh, I created one for T. Whoops. So here it gives me my full options to edit it. Background color. Maybe I don't like the text. I can change all that, right? I'm just going to hit save. I'm going to get out of it. And you'll get to see where it goes to. Let's close and go back. And if I scroll down to the very bottom, there it is, all testing. It's just one I've customized. Pretty neat. Questions so far? Everybody good? Has this been easy so far? Does it make sense? Everybody, you good online too? Make sense? Yeah? So the next thing we'll look at is analytics. And then I'm going to show you a couple more things. Analytics is where you're going to see all your posts here, and then what kind of content it was, who created it. So if you did your one-offs, you're going to see that what your one-offs have done, right? Remember your property listings or things like that. Like, see, T created that. That was a listing post for his property. He has, like this one had 28 impressions and it reached 28 different people. This one had 8 and 8 and it had 1 engagement. Somebody said something about that. I can go ahead and hit post again because I had great, you know what I mean? Great response. Really, really cool, huh? This just gives you an individual look on how each of these have gone as far as each individual post. If you click on page up here, This shows you how your Facebook page is doing. It shows you how many people you've reached on different days from the posts that you've done. It's pretty cool. This also tells you who's looking at it and where they're located. Any of you all ever played in analytics in Facebook to see this kind of stuff?
Somewhat.
A little bit, right? Well, the cool thing is you don't have to go to Facebook to find it. It's all right here, right? It's doing it all for you. You may or may not look at this much. This is just one of those things that people that love data and looking at reports and shit. This is going to be the main one you're probably going to look at is your posts, because this is where you want to see what's working and what's not. Because then you can go back and you can start customizing, the different things that you like, or the different categories that they're posting on, and uncheck ones that relate to what you're not getting any type of feedback on or any type of content or anything like that on. Does that make sense? He's getting some pretty good responses though, isn't he? Great impressions. You like to see this number, obviously high, because that means you've reached more people. And when this number is higher than this one, it means that those folks looked at it more than once.
Does it alert you every time you look?
No, it's not going to alert you every time somebody looks at it. But if somebody engages on it, you're going to see it on your Facebook. Remember, Facebook shows you notifications? You'll see it there. Yep.
This is like all the stuff you have always done, and you're doing it, but it's, you were telling us all that, I was like, there's no way I can do all that. Al's done spreadsheets and spreadsheets and spreadsheets. And, he was always encouraging us to do it. I was like,
yeah, I know, a dork. I used to track all this individually. You'd watch it and then you go on Facebook and pull the data. And it's so cool how much everything has evolved to where you can actually just see it in one spot. And there's a lot of platforms that'll post for you, right? And then you could go to Facebook and look at the analytics. But there's not many platforms that you can see the analytics and post at the same place. Remember, time is our enemy, right? So being able to go to one place to see what's working, what's not, maybe do a few tweaks, add a couple posts, roll on to your next thing. See how easy that is? So simple, so cool. Questions about analytics? Yep.
So you're talking about like a post again.
Ooh.
In your personal opinion, how much time is adequate to repost like a new listing? Like how long down the road is adequate to still call it a new listing in your opinion?
Within a week I'd say would still be a new listing. Yeah. Yeah. So if you put one on the market today, obviously you can market it this weekend. It's still a new listing. Probably Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Maybe Thursday, probably not. Yep. Just change it for sale. So when you go to do your post for next weekend or maybe for Sunday or something, right? You can still do this Sunday. You can still do new listing or new to the market. Change the words instead of new listing. Remember, you can edit that, right? Because it's going to post it for you, but it's not going to keep posting new listing every day. It's just going to do that one thing. So when you come into, remember when we first come into Client Bay and we go to our home, this is our dashboard. We automatically get to see what kind of activity we're getting, right? 574 impressions. We reached 563, which means there's some people that looked at it twice, which is awesome. We had 16 people like it, share it, do something with it. That's all really, really cool. If you're not sure where to go to post something, like you log in and you're like, okay, I want to post. I don't remember what he said. I've got everything set up to automatic. Now I want to post. Just simply go here to create content. And it's going to tell you real quick here, what do you want to post? I want to post a landing page. Okay, let's select that. Do you want a home evaluation? Do you want to do a contact form? Do you want to do a downloadable guide? Which one do you want to do? Let's do this one. Traditional kitchen home evaluation page. I'll hit select. Remember, right back to our preview to where we go to edit it. See how simple everything just kind of ties together, makes it easy. Very, very simple stuff. If I wanted to create a listing post, I'd select it and it's pulling up all my listings, right? The cool thing is it also tells you here, I can go to my single property website. I don't have that with me, but if I wanted to post this, hit select. So I wanted to post a video this time instead of just a website. See what I mean? There's just so many options that are so easy to get to. Maybe I want to create a custom post. I told you I was going to show you this in a minute. So let me get back to that. So custom posts are under Design Studio. We hadn't talked about that piece yet. So if you like to create your own material, maybe you have a holiday coming up and you want to post something or promote something, or maybe you want to promote yourself more. If you go over here to Design Studio, it opens up a whole nother world of stuff. It's kind of like Canva on steroids. So the basic is if you know you want to do a landscape or a square or a flyer, you can select those later too, or those later. These are different projects that you've started. These are other posts that are ready to share that you've probably already collected. But the main thing is down here at these templates. If you want to promote yourself, there are a ton of different templates where you can promote yourself. It's like an online business card. If you want to do some type of engagement, what's your decorating style, right? Pretty cool, huh? Education, maybe different quotes, testimonials, which you were talking about earlier, right? If you want to post your testimonials, boom. Something about the office, market updates. Now remember, these are templates. So when you load a market update like this, go to Seacoast market update stats, just transpose the numbers onto this and hit post, right? If you don't like the layout of the look and you want to have your own feel, your own design, that's where you go. Ton of different holidays, right? You could go ahead and get ahead. Remember, we can select a day and time at post, so we can go ahead and set those up if we want to. I'm sure they're going to have that in Social Bay as far as their automatic posts, that there's going to be some stuff like that. But if you want to, again, create your own stuff, that's where you go. Other marketing, like just listed, open houses, just solds, price change, things like that, all right there. So you can see there is a ton of stuff, right?
I hate to say this, but
Well, they're trying to design things to make it easier. Again, they understand that it's no. Well, some do, but we get so caught up on the details, and then we want to create it, and it's like takes so much. It's not and not everybody loves to sit and try to look at graphics and or go find them on a website and make sure they're not copyrighted material, right? You don't have to worry about any of this here, right? It's all good to go. And a lot of it's already set up for you. If I go to, explore all under holidays, it's going to pull up all the different templates. And remember I said you could change from landscape to square to flyer. I just see all formats, but if I want a certain look, I can easily simply change it. It's going to filter those out and just show me all different squares. I like squares on my Facebook posts or whatever. You know what I mean? And then remember the menu that we looked at before? It's all over along this side over here. Quotes, engagement, education, market updates, testimonials. It's the whole point. Who'd have thunk it? Or you can just simply hit create here and create your own and do all your own graphics. I don't know why you would when it has all this, but some people are that picky. Maybe, and if you don't like, remember, you could go in and edit it and change different colors and images anyway. But if you want to start from scratch, if you're paying for Canva, you don't have to anymore because you can do it all right here. Right? Questions?
This is very when it showed the time save. Can I see, like, there was something we can click it and see, and it said show how.
See how.
Yeah, can I see that right
Yeah.
now?
So real quick to get out of this, because we're in this design, right? And there's nowhere to go home. If you click that, it doesn't. So right up here in the right where it has this X in this top right corner up here, that's where you go to get out of this. When anytime you're in one of these design sections of this system, just click this X and it's going to take you right back to your previous page. And then now we can do the home and take us back to the home page. So you want to click here where it says see how. It explains to you under the help section how it's saved. Yep.
Okay, this is regular basic, because I'm not certain the version at all, so we only connect this for business page, not for personal.
That's right.
It won't connect to your personal.
It won't let you connect. It won't even let you connect to your personal page. So you have to have a business page for Facebook and for Instagram, right? But the other ones, your Twitter account, your X account, TikTok, it'll all let you go to your personal there because they don't really have business platforms. I mean, Twitter does, but it should be business. It's a business platform anyway. So
So what from the website to Instagram, Facebook, everything.
you probably don't even have a business Instagram account, then you're just going to do Facebook and maybe LinkedIn, you know, or X if you have an X account. Most people are going to contact you through Facebook, but you know, those other platforms, businesses use them a lot, or your like small businesses, that kind of thing. It's really where you're at most. If you never get on those sites, don't post to them because you're not going to be able to see the engagement besides here. So whether if somebody comments, you don't have notifications set up to go and respond. So it's just going to sit there and people are going to be like, okay, this is definitely dry content. You know, they're not monitoring this at all. Does that make sense?
I'll never call you with my house.
That's right. Yeah. And they're like, hey, I'd like to know how much my house is worth. And they comment on your post and it's on, I don't know, Twitter. And you're like, 6 months ago. I'm sorry. I'm just now checking my Twitter. I mean, they're like, yeah, well, I've already sold. I called Dominique. I posted in hers and she showed up. You know, she called me like 10 minutes later. That kind of thing. That's how it would be. Questions on Social Bay? Again, it's a very easy system. And again, it connects to Client Bay. So when you go from Seacoast Tools, there are some videos right here to help get you up and running. If you missed anything that I talked about today that helps you start getting things going, then you simply click Client Bay and it takes you right to your dashboard. And then from your dashboard of Client Bay, go right over to here to Social Bay. And it pulls up the whole new menu for you to be able to do social media marketing. Pretty cool, huh? I got to go turn that off because it has, look at that, it uploaded all my content. It started putting content when I turned it on. Let me go turn that off because that goes out to the Coldwell Banker page. I don't think everybody wants to see that on Coldwell Banker. Let's go to profile. Yep. Don't know where what. Off company created content. Boom. And I want to go never save changes. So here, since I turned it off, it's asking me, do I want it to delete my already scheduled content? Yep, delete it. So now my calendar is going to go back to being clear. If I have this on never, it really doesn't matter what I have this set as, because it's not going to post it anyway, just because I don't have it set here to do it. Makes sense? Now, I didn't get all the nitty gritties, but I covered most of Social Bay to where y'all can be dangerous. Do y'all have any questions online? Leanne, Christy, did it help? Anybody?
I can't wait to explore.
The cool thing is, it's like George Foreman. I keep using that reference, but once you set it up, you really have to do nothing else. It just sure you can go in and do more, but everybody online just thinks you're posting all this content and you're a rock star, and you really haven't done a whole lot besides set it up. Company does the rest, right?
Now, for us on the teams, under the listings, most of ours would be under company because we'll fall under Terry.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So-
Unless we have our own, which still falls under Terry's, but
Yep. And you'll need to get with Terry about access to those, because I think
okay.
there are some teams, I think she has hers set up to where her team markets those. I think she's
Mhm.
okay with you marketing new construction, but again, ask her.
Yeah.
But I think for resales, I think she leaves that to the team for leads type
Mhm.
thing. So definitely talk to Terry or the team leads before anybody. If it's not your listing, please get permission from them before you go and market it.
Got permanent approval for me.
Same. I don't care who brings the buyers on.
Yep. All right, y'all. That's all I got for today. It's 10:30. Appreciate y'all coming. I hope you got something out of it. Please use it. I'm gonna shut off that. Are you talking? I'm sorry.
Sorry. Al, when you get a chance, do you mind just giving me a call or seeing me downstairs? I have a message for you.
Sure, absolutely.
All right, thanks.
Thanks. All right, see y'all.